Hi everyone. So now it is the important concept in the module 3, that is about hydraulic jump or the standing wave. So what you are having in module 3, it is a compulsory question that asks you to derive an expression for hydraulic jump. So consider the flow of water over a dam as shown in figure. We can see here there is a figure. There is a flow of water, but when it is moving from one place to another place, means from one point to another point, there will be of changing the elevation. We can see here the height of water at section 1 is small, and we can see when it is moved on to the downstream side, the height of water has been increased. So we can see here for a shorter length there will be of rapidly changing in the flow. So the flow is changing from shooting flow to streaming flow. We'll say that will be as the Froude number value is changing from less than 1 to greater than 1. We'll say that will be a subcritical flow to supercritical flow. So if you're taking the definition for hydraulic jump, that says that the rise of water level which takes place due to transformation of unstable shooting flow, that is supercritical flow, to stable streaming flow, that is the value of Froude number is greater than 1 to less than 1. So when it has been changed, we'll say that will be as hydraulic jump. So there is an obstruction, we'll say that will be as dam. The water which has been stored, if the gate is open, the water will flow from upstream to downstream side. When it is suddenly moving from one point to another point, there will be a wave which has been created. The water which has been jumped from one point to another point, that jumping will say that will be as hydraulic jump, that will be identified easily with respect to the value of Froude number, that is in terms of supercritical flow to subcritical flow, the transformation of unstable supercritical flow to stable streaming flow, that is subcritical flow. The rise of water level will say that will be as hydraulic jump. So when the hydraulic jump takes place, the loss of energy due to the eddies formation as well as the turbulence occurs. We can see that when it has been changing from one point to another point, we'll say that will be as hydraulic jump. So when the hydraulic jump occurs, there will be of eddies current which has been taking place due to the turbulence which has been occurs. So next is about the expression for the depth of hydraulic jump. So before deriving the expression, here the sketch which represents the rise of water level from the point 1 to point 2, how it has been changing the elevation, the height. So before derive the expression, we should be very remember the points are, that is very important points are the assumptions of hydraulic jump. The flow is to be uniform and the pressure distribution should be hydrostatic before and after the jump. The flow should be uniform as well as the pressure distribution should be hydrostatic before and after the jump. Losses due to friction in the surface of bed of the channel are small and hence it is neglected, means we can't consider the bed slope. That's why they're saying that the losses due to the friction in the surface, due to the rough surface, the losses due to the friction in the surface of the bed of the channel are small, very small. That's why it will be neglected. Third assumption, the slope of the bed of the channel is small, so that the component weight of the fluid in the direction of the flow is negligibly small. So we have to be careful and to be remembered the point, the slope of the bed of the channel is small, that's why the components of weight of the fluid in the direction of the flow is also negligibly small. So these are all the three important assumptions to be remembered before deriving the derivation for hydraulic jump. We can see the sketch here for hydraulic jump, which is taking place from section 1 to section 2. So there will be of eddies formation, due to the turbulence, the speed which has been occurring from station 1 to station 2. So D1 represents the depth at section 1 and V1 represents the velocity flow at section 1 as well. H1 bar represents the depth of centroid of the area at section 1. A1 is the cross-sectional area at section 1. D2, V2, H2 and A2 are the same corresponding values at section 2. Considering the width of the channel as unity, the forces acting on the mass of the water between the section 1 and section 2 are the pressure forces at section 1, the same way pressure forces at section 2, frictional force on the floor due to the roughness which has been assumed as negligible, then we can see that that's why the frictional force will be negligible, because of the roughness the roughness part will be considered as small, then the frictional force will become negligible. Then small letter q represents discharge per unit width. So we know that discharge per unit width is assumed as unity, then discharge per unit width will be represented as, so we can write that V1 will be as Q by A, that will be as Q by B into D1. So capital letter Q represents discharge, small letter q represents discharge per unit width, then Q by B can be written as small letter q, then small letter q by D1. If you want to write small letter q, then we can do cross multiplication V1 into D1, or you can also write V2 into D2. Now the pressure force P1 at section 1, that is, if you want to find out the pressure, it is area into pressure force. So the pressure force can be calculated as rho into g is the weight density into area will represents the weight, so that can be represented in terms of pressure here, into rho g h represents pressure into area will get represents pressure force. So if you want to identify at any particular point, that is pressure at one point is rho g h into area, so pressure into area will use the pressure force, that is rho into g into a1 into h1 bar. So rho into g into a1 is d1 into b is 1, so d1 into 1, h1 bar is d1 by 2, so that is the centroid distance. So we can write that will be as rho into g into d1 square by 2. Similarly, P2 will become rho g a2 h2 bar, that can be written as rho into g into d2 into 1 into d2 by 2, that can be written as rho into g into d2 square by 2. So now the net force acting on the mass of water between section 1 and 2, that is P2 minus P1, that can be written as rho into g into d2 square by 2 minus rho into g into d1 square by 2. Then we can take rho g by 2 as common, so then the remaining is P2 minus P1 will be equal to rho g by 2 d2 square minus d1 square. You can call this as equation 1. But from the momentum of principle, the net force acting on the mass of a fluid must be equal to the rate of change of momentum in the same direction. So the rate of change of momentum in the same direction will be equal to mass of water per second into change of velocity in the direction of force. Then now the mass of water per second will be as rho into discharge per unit width into width. So width will get cancelled, it is discharge per width, that will be represented as q, into width will be assumed as unity, so it is rho into q, that is mass density into discharge per unit width, that is rho into q, small letter q. So now the change of velocity in the direction of the force is v1 minus v2. Rate of change of momentum in the direction of the force can be written as rho into q into v1 minus v2. Hence, according to the momentum of principle, the expression is given by the equation 1 and 2. So that is rho g by 2 into d2 square minus d1 square will be equal to rho into q into v1 minus v2. So rho g by 2 into d2 square minus d1 square will be equal to rho into q. v1 can be written as q by d1 minus q by d2. Then here rho will get cancelled on left hand side as well as right hand side. Then g by 2 d2 square minus d1 square can be written as just like a square minus b square will be as a plus b into a minus b. So d2 square minus d1 square can be written as d2 plus d1 into d2 minus d1. That will be equal to, here we can take q as common, so rho q square into d2 minus d1 by d1 into d2. So here we can see that d2 minus d1 is there on both the sides, so both will get cancelled. Then remaining is g by 2 into d2 plus d1 is equal to q square by d1 into d2. So now g by 2 you can send other side, d2 plus d1 is equal to 2q square by g into d1 into d2. So now we can make in terms of quadratic equation, just do d2 multiplication on both the sides. So I'll get d2 square plus d1 into d2 minus 2q square by g into d1. d2 is get cancelled, so remaining is 2q square by g into d1 will be equal to 0. You can call this as equation 3. So equation 3 is in terms of quadratic equation in d2 and d1. So hence the solution will be equal to d2 is equal to minus d1 plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac, just like that. So minus d1 plus or minus square root of d1 square minus 4 into 1 minus 2q square by g d1 by 2 into 1. It is just like, if you want to find out x unknown, then that will be equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. So here what you are having dbc in terms of quadratic equation, that you will get as d2 will be equal to here minus d1 plus or minus square root of d1 square by d1 square plus, here if we can see minus 4 into minus 2, that will become minus into minus plus, so plus 8q square by g d1 by 2. So again that equation will become minus d1 is there on both sides, so minus d1 by 2 plus or minus 1 by 2 square root of d1 square plus 8q square by g d1. So we can take that will be as common. Now d2 is equal to minus d1 by 2 plus or minus, so the divided by 2 will go up, so minus d1 by 2 plus or minus square root of d1 square by 4. If it is 2 outside, if it is going inside the square root, it will become 4 d1 square by 4 plus 2q square by g d1. So because that is 8 by 4 will become 2q square by g d1. So 8q square by 2, if it is go, it will become 4. So 8 by 4 is 2. Or you can write that equation will be as d2 is equal to minus d1 plus or minus square root of d1 square by 4 plus q can be written as v1 into d1. So v1 into d1 whole square by g d1. So this is the expression for hydraulic jump. So it is very important derivation. So in the next class, the next video session, we can discuss about loss of head due to hydraulic jump, as well as the depth for hydraulic jump in terms of Froude number. Thank you.